myself and my wife, Laura, and our kids will also be in attendance for that.
Okay. Confirmed breakers. Are we? Can you see us now?
Anything.
Can you hear us on YouTube?
Anything.
Can you hear us on YouTube? I know you can hear us on the stream on the FM. YouTube. Let me know. I had Ben come in here and do his magic, see if it works or not. He's an IT guru over there.
That is pretty good.
Ben does
Ben's
it all.
Here.
He is here.
Ben's here. That's not always been the case at this time of this hour.
Ben beat me here this morning. I was here at 5:27. He was here before that.
I wonder if Ben knows that if he beats you for the next 2 years, still goes back to the one day that he overslept. Does he know that he can't overtake that?
I guess not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
But keep trying.
We hold grudges here.
Yes, we hold grudges. As we'll say, I'll ask him every day if he's coming in tomorrow on time, and I'll ask him. They'll say, "Why do you say that?" And I'll say, "Because there's a history."
That's right.
Yeah, so there's a history.
One time,
one history. So that's going to come up again.
You mess up one time, it never goes away ever on this show.
So hopefully, I hopefully have a lot of breakers going to the July. I think it's like July 20th or whatever it is down to the Royals. And it would just be pretty cool if all of a sudden they were somewhat relevant.
No, well, they are. I mean, again, late July. That's almost just under 2 months away. A lot of baseball to be played. If they don't figure out the bullpen, they're going to have some issues here probably. But right now, if the season ended right now, Bill, they would be a playoff team. And there's 3 wild card teams now. They'd be the second. So not even the third. They'd be the second wild card team if the season ended today. But unfortunately, it does not.
I like that. Looking at it that way.
But I think in general, even when they have not been bad, or even when they have been bad the last couple of years, the attendance for that game, Husker Day at the K, is usually very high.
Yes.
So you should see some breakers and some other Husker fans down there. I have been to a Husker Day at the K before. Mm-hmm. I have a hat that I wish I had sold because somebody wanted to buy it for like $30. I'm like, no, it's my hat. I haven't worn it ever since. I wish I had
taken the 30 and invested that money. Right now, you probably have like $33 in the bank.
I do regret at the time not selling the hat because I know where it's at. It is in my house. I have not worn it ever since that day. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't work with me. I should have sold the hat. So if somebody wants a Husker Day at the K hat from about
$40
7 years ago, it's barely ever been worn and it's fresh in my house right now. So you can check that out. I'll sell it to you.
But that would be fun. See a lot of breakers down there because I'll be in attendance, making the drive to Kansas City.
I'm surprised that you're willingly going to a baseball game.
Yeah, it wasn't my doing, but I'm happy with it. Yes, it wasn't my doing. Laura set this up.
Well, because
but I'm happy with it.
We've been told by you on these airwaves that if there was a game at Haymarket Park and you were dropped off at the mound for this game, a World Series game, you would likely not attend this.
Pretty good chance. Or Yankees, Red Sox, maybe in the divisional championship, probably would think about that one. Mm-hmm. That'd be it. That'd about wrap it up, though. I'd go watch the Huskers play. I would do that. But the MLB doesn't get me too fired up. Right now, I don't know if what would there be for players active right now? What would there be? 25 per team?
I think it's a 40-man roster. 40-man roster.
40, really?
Well, you can work that with the AAA team also, but there's a thing it's called the 40-man roster.
Anyway, with the 40-man roster, I think there's a pretty good. I would only be able to identify 3 to 4 players in the MLB. If right now, if you tell me to name them, I really couldn't do it right now. If you gave me a certain name, I say, I know that is they're play for they're with the Phillies or they're with this.
That's why yesterday on the game show, I did baseball players. I know that Schaefer watches baseball. I said, I can actually do this topic because there's somebody here that enjoys and watches baseball.
I would have no idea.
I don't do that for you guys. It'd be bad.
That'd be bad.
Be bad radio. So we don't want to do that. So I do it with Schaefer though. So anything else? Idle chit chat. I'm trying to think about anything from my day yesterday besides technology problems. You have not seen this new hose that we have in here to try to get air.
Is that working at all?
It says 72 degrees in here.
Yeah, so it's better.
So we have some refrigerated air.
We usually start in the 70s somewhere there, but end about 78 to 79.
Yeah,
so we'll see what happens.
Yep, we'll see what happens with that today.
It's been getting to the 90s for the afternoon show.
For those who are watching on YouTube and say the cameras look different, that's because I have to change the angles. Usually, there's not this. it's a huge hose in the middle of the broadcast. We got to figure out the camera system to make it look a little bit different. So you're seeing the side of my head from this one. Yours looks fine over there, Bill. It's more normal than this angle is, but that's why you're seeing some different angles today on the YouTube broadcast.
I like it.
Or Allo 960 or wherever you're watching that.
What's going on in sports?
Well, glad you asked the question. That's, by the way, Idle Chit Chat, sponsored by our friends at Newton's Lawn Care, please call or text Andrew at 402-440-6297 for all your lawn care needs the rest of the summer and into fall, obviously, get into that. So there was some news yesterday in the Husker sports world. Nebraska basketball got a new commit late in the process. And I'm going to read the pronunciation, and then I actually pulled up Kent Pavelka, who calls all the games for the Husker Sports Network. He's been doing it forever, 40 years probably? 40-plus years Pavelka's been doing it. He's had some difficult names in recent years. I mean, Tominaga was you had to get the K-say part right. That was not hard. But they got a guy from UCLA. His name is Berke Buchtengel. Okay? Berke. So it looks like Burke. It's Berke. You would think that's Burke. No, it's Berke. Kent Pavelka gave it a shot yesterday on Twitter. Let's see how the man is going to be calling this name many times.
Can you say the name one more time?
I'll say it. Berke Buchtengel.
Okay.
Here's Pavelka's attempt at this name from his own Twitter account yesterday.
Berke Buchtengel. Berke Buchtengel. Berke Buchtengel. Got it? Got it.
Okay. Berke Buchtengel. Berke Buchtengel. That's going to be a hard one to get down.
That's
there,
a hard one.
Bill. For all of us, hard. I can't wait to have if he's a contributor and a good player this fall and winter. We know that Sip will never get the name right ever.
It is something that is fascinating by whether you're radio, TV, when you're doing games and you're doing different games. So if you're ESPN game day and you're traveling around and you have to learn every pronunciation, would just be one of the more brutal things to ever have happen in your life. You're on live TV and you got to build it and you have to go through all these names. Oh, wow. That would be hard.
Yes.
That would be a lot. That's a lot of preparation to be able to get that done. So I feel for those people that have to be able to handle that on air.
For the stats, if you're curious about Berke Buchtengel is the new player from UCLA. He was a freshman last year, 4.5 points a game, 2.5 rebounds per game. So not big stats. He is seen, though, I saw an NBA mock draft. He's seen as a second-round draft pick for next year still. Next year, 2025 draft. So he's 6'9". He's a post player. He can play a little bit outside, but he has 3 years left of eligibility, which I'm sure he won't be here if he's a second-round draft pick potentially next year. Didn't play the first 3 games because of NCAA clearance this year. And also had some injury issues, so that's why his stats weren't great. But he was seen as probably the top.
How many games did he play? Do we know that?
He played in the 20s of games.
Yeah, gotcha.
So low 20s. So he is seen as was maybe the top player left in the portal that was left going into the summer months. So Nebraska still has 1 scholarship left. We'll see if they use it or give it to a walk-on potentially who is not on scholarship at this point. But I think it's been for all the guys they lost after a good year. I think Nebraska, if you look at what they brought in, has had a pretty good offseason of portaling.
It sure feels like it right now. Absolutely, sure feels.
They got the point guard from Utah, Raleigh Worcester. They got Andrew Morgan. They've got the Braxton Mia from Washington, the 7-footer that can dunk like crazy. Not sure he can make a jump shot, but he can dunk though. Bill, he can dunk.
Nothing wrong with that.
He can jam it. And then now you got Berke Buchtengel. So I think I got that down. Berke Buchtengel. Sounds right, doesn't it?
Yes.
If you say it confident, it sounds right. I don't think they will ever get.
I mean, honestly, it rolls off your tongue pretty well.
Berke Buchtengel.
Yeah. You should talk to Pavelka.
Do you think that Sip will ever get this name correctly?
No, I'm not sure if I would. If I work it, I don't know if I put enough time into it.
Buchtengel.
Names are just something that, names and words are very hard for me.
Did you ever recruit somebody with the weird last name that was tough for you to pronounce at all?
I'm trying to think of that. No.
Or somebody that was on a team that you were on that maybe didn't recruit at all?
I don't remember one that was just like, oh, wow, because you learn them so fast and you're recruiting them to make sure you have it down.
Yep.
But yes, it can be difficult.
I think about a player that is still around. DJ Uyunglele, the quarterback that went from Clemson to Oregon State, right? I still don't think people know how to say his name properly. There's 4 different names I hear, 4 different ways to say his name. So I'm not sure which is even proper. I say Uyunglele. I'm not even sure that's right. But I can't imagine being that dude. Like now, you're always every single day correcting somebody on how to say your last name.
That'd be hard.
That's not how you say it. That's not how you say it. That's not how you say it.
It's also, I think, falls into line when your parents name you a very simple name, but they spell it crazy. So every time you have to give your name, you have to tell them how to spell it. Every single time.
Yep.
It's like that's a Tim. But 2 I's, 2 M's. It's like, okay that your parents has made your life miserable on you.
Yeah, come on, man.
It's never right. Or if your name is difficult, there's never a time when you don't give your name and immediately you start spelling it.
Yep.
Right away you start spelling it. Immediately you have to spell it.
Someone says, "Do you mean DJ Ukulele?" Yeah, that guy exactly.
Yeah.
That's what. Sip would just start calling him DJ Ukulele. That's like, well, that's all it's an easier name for me to say. Yeah. I can do that.
As easy as my name is, Busch, I do spell it every single time. People ask.
Need that C.
It's
like Busch
B-U-S-C-H.
The beer.
Yes. And the number of times that I've had my name officially written down at an event, just B-U-S-H is a lot. And I don't say anything. It's like, yeah, whatever. They gave it a shot.
My friend David from Renew Your Auto, his last name is Freeoff. Sorry, Freauf. Another one you got to probably spell. A short name, not long. I don't believe
I've ever said David's last name because I don't know how to say it.
Freeoff.
Yeah.
Now, for mine, everyone spells it S-O-N. It's S-E-N at the end. It's an S-E-N name, so I'm the same way. I have to spell it out. Sorensen's not very difficult, right? People can kind of figure that out how to spell that, but it's everybody. I would say 88% of the time, that high, that people are saying Owen. They're spelling it S-O-N. I'm like, nope, S-E-N. Let's get this right. Let's figure this out. But it's not Berke Buchten Chill in terms
That's
of
a hard one.
Now, there's a couple years ago, there's a player here that from Iceland named Thorir Thorbjarnarsson, which Sip could not say that name ever properly. So we've had some names here. We've had some names at Nebraska basketball, and Kent Pavelka will have to, he's got it figured out right now. But when the season gets flying and the action is rolling, we'll see how well he does. I trust Kent.
I trust him.
I think he'll be fine. But in general, I think
100.
people are still saying this is a good day for Nebraska basketball, and that they're optimistic about where things are going for them. I saw some news yesterday from the satellite camp that Sip and Sean Callahan are at.
Sip write something? We know he's writing. We know he's reporting. We know he's working hard.
Sean Callahan.
They're long days.
Actually was writing down there. And I'm trying to pull this up. Nebraska actually got a late addition to the 2024 class from the satellite camp down there when they're in Houston. The player is David Hofken, a German offensive lineman, and I just had this pulled up in my system, logged me out, so that's great. But he had not played football for quite some time, apparently. But Nebraska adds him yesterday, basically, to the class of 2024, a German offensive lineman. That seems pretty late in the process here, Bill.
It's an interesting one. Obviously, they must have seen him live.
I'll get it pulled up.
Now, when the information you're trying to give me there, Jake, so he has not played football for the past couple of years.
I'm gonna get that here in a second. But
so obviously there's a certain body type that you can't find, very difficult, which would be offensive, defensive linemen, as we've talked about on the show numerous times. So obviously the body type and something they saw was very intriguing to them.
Yes, of course, I failed to log in. I had it pulled up, Bill. I did, and it logged me out. But okay, here we go. This is what it is. Yes. David Hofken was working out down there at the Mary Hardin Baylor, at Houston Christian University down there. He participated over the last 2 days. A 22-year-old lineman, David Hofken, he has not played organized football in over 2 years. But the 6'7", 260-pound Hofken has recommitted to the game and has picked up multiple D1 offers, including to Nebraska here. Obviously, he's not played in a couple of years.
Yes. Well, it's a game hard just to pick back up. But like I said, at that age, he's still young enough to play. You see people like that, playing in the NFL at that age. There'd be a lot of interesting things to follow with this on just where did he play organized football at? Was it where did he play at?
He played in Germany.
Played in Germany.
So Hofken began. This is Husker Online. Sean Callahan's article. It says Hofken began his football journey in Germany, hoping to move to the U.S. That path did not materialize for him after 2020 at all. He played on a small countryside team in 2016 where he began playing football, joined the all-star team of his state in Germany. Okay. As a member of the team, he was voted the MVP of their bowl game he played in. 2 years later, he was on the all-star team again. They told me to play for a bigger team. He went to the Cologne Crocodiles. That's a great name there.
Okay.
Played in the highest youth football, youth division there in Germany. They don't have school teams. They have more local clubs. But he picked up an offer from Massachusetts in 2020, but for various reasons, he was not able to move to the U.S. and eventually stepped away from the game. So had a chance to play 4 years ago.
Interesting story. Might develop. Like I said, Like I said, it's always, if you're going to take chances, take them on big bodies. Take them on big bodies that can develop. So, and obviously they must have seen really good footwork. That was the part that I'm sure stood out. So that's very intriguing. So it should be fun to watch.
6'7", 260 pounds. So not the biggest guy for a lineman, right? I got to put some weight in him. Probably you would think that's not going to fly. But what size is great for an offense? 280 to 3. Like what's the size you want for a lineman?
I mean, if he's offensive tackle, you want to look at that 285, 305. Bigger's not always better as far as, we need to be 335. No, at 6'7", he'd be able to carry that weight, pretty well. That's a tall tackle, though. That's tall. When you start even going through the NFL numbers, there's not a lot of 6'7" offensive linemen walking around. Most of them are in that 6'5.5", 6'6" area.
From Sean's article, there's just a lot of interesting things in this about David Hofkin, the new German lineman from Nebraska. It says Hofkin has spent the last 2 years working part-time at a drugstore in Germany.
It's a little funny.
Yeah.
It's a little funny.
Now he's playing in Nebraska. He says Nebraska's been looking for tackles the last couple of years in the offseason. They get now a guy that has not played for a couple of years, but is trying to see what he's got left in the tank.
Yeah, developmental. It's one of those. It's one of those stretches that's kind of a why not. Oh, it doesn't work out. Okay, that doesn't like set your program back. And why not take a chance on someone that obviously has great, physical attributes that do give him a chance to be able to play. And so was there any film on it all? Was there any film posted?
I don't see film. They talked to David Hofkin. We got some audio. I don't have audio here, but there's audio on here. But he did. The quote from Hofkin was, "Tomorrow morning, we're going to try to figure out how fast we can get the visa. That's the most important thing. All my transcripts are already translated. I have them at the eligibility center. No worries about that. We will stay in close contact with the coaches and get the work started as early as we can." But he did get offered and committed on the spot to Nebraska yesterday at the satellite camp that Sip and Sean ran down there.
How about that? Sip's right at the cutting edge.
He's at the cutting edge.
He's right there. Yeah, that's a lot of work now. That's a lot of work that Sip's been doing. These are not short days. Camps are long days. You're out there on your feet, and then you're trying to write, trying to get interviews. That's a lot of stuff. He'll come back exhausted from that trip. But he is covering Nebraska football. It's a great job.
Yes, he is. Hofkins, 6'7", 260, 7-foot wingspan, 9'4" broad jump. And this a recruiter says that he's got hardly an ounce of fat in him at this moment. Hardly an ounce of fat. Very fit. Very fit. So,
and 9 for 6'7", 260, and a 9'4" broad jump. That's really a good number. So that's people. What's a good number? That's a really good number. When people jump 10, it's really good. And I'm talking skill. And so that's like I said. He must have some incredible skill set for his body size.
Well, look at that. Zip and Sean go down to Texas. They go down to cover the camp.
Did Zip find him? That's the big question. Did Zip?
Tell Rule. I go talk to that guy.
I have a hunch that Sip may have been the person that located this guy. I have a hunch. Well, we'll get to the bottom of that tomorrow when he returns. But,
we should say,
great
did
job.
You find Sip David Hofkin for Matt Rule and company down there?
He will downplay it no matter what. No matter what, even if he was the main.
No, I saw him. I didn't tell Matt Rule to go talk to him.
I went over and talked to Matt Rule. I did get his visa. I got his visa squared away. I did do that, but I'm not taking any credit for it. Steve is not taking any credit for things on his own. He just doesn't do it.
Joe in Boulder says again, how old is he? He's 22 years old. 22-year-old offensive lineman. Again, he had an offer to Massachusetts in 2020. Could not play because he could not get to America for some reason. They didn't play football for a couple of years. He's still in good shape.
I would sure think the visa thing will be extremely easy because this had to be pre-thought. If it's like, okay, I'm going over to try to earn a scholarship. I did that. And now to go backwards and say, well, yeah, do that visa thing. I would have to think that is very cleaned up by now. That's they didn't just randomly come over here and then say, hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That won't happen. I see you smiling, Jake. You have some information.
No, it's just it's the ultimate off-season stuff here in terms of talking up a particular player or any player. Chris Adamson was interviewed by Sean Callahan in this article. He's of Gridiron Imports. That's apparently a company here. Okay. He says regarding Hofkin, he says, to me, I think the guy can play in the league, the NFL, as an offensive tackle if he puts on the weight. He can do a lot of different things from defensive line to offensive line. I think Nebraska does like him as an O lineman, and I think he can do it. So Now we're talking about the league with the guy who hasn't played football since 2020, basically.
The part the one question I'd like to know almost the most is, was he just working the counter at the drugstore?
What were you doing? Lifting stuff?
What exactly?
Lifting the heavy stuff?
Was he stocking? What was he doing at the drugstore? And what is a drugstore like in Germany?
That's a great question.
Is it like a CVS? Is it a Walgreens? I mean, do they also sell, candy bars and different things? You can get, Walgreens, you can get almost anything you want. You can get clothing there. It's incredible.
Wouldn't you think if he's trying to stay in shape, he wants to be a stalker there? You don't want to stand at the front desk and just, scan people, right? Scan the checkout.
I don't know.
I think he was stalking.
What if he was in the back? Like, what if he was like working with a pharmacist? What if he was writing back? All of a sudden, those guys are busy.
Oh
back
yeah,
there.
they're busy.
Every time I go back there, the first thing I say is, I'm like, love you guys, because when I see what goes on in a pharmacy, it's incredible. I mean, usually there's 2 drive-ups going through a Walgreens. There's two lines going, and the people inside, what they have to get done, and they don't make errors. They don't make errors. They really don't. I'm sure they have. I get that part. Never with me. And they get stuff out so fast, and it's mayhem behind there.
This probably is a good response as to why maybe he could come on YouTube. Moonbot says, Jake, he couldn't come because of the pandemic, probably.
Yeah.
Tough to travel. Visas and passports it was tough to get out anywhere at that point. Maybe that was the problem.
Yeah, probably was.
2020.
Guess what? COVID-19.
That checks out.
COVID-19. There's the timeline. I was thinking that in my head. I should have just said it out loud.
You should have.
It had something to do potentially with COVID. So it's a very intriguing story, and it's very intriguing because it happened at Nebraska.
Yep.
Because if he goes to some places, it's just kind of like, yeah, we've got a guy from Germany. Cool. We'll see what happens. Everybody's kind of like, a year from now, hey, what's going on? Nope. He's going to come in, and there's going to be, reports and stories and summer updates and different things. And also, didn't probably come at a high cost.
No,
not a lot.
Not.
So it's not like, better get a hold of Davison quick to pull this one off.
NIL one there.
No, we're going to give you an opportunity is what we're going to give you.
That's right.
So, but that's great. Tells me that staff's working their tails off out there. So great job by Matt Rule and the staff just to be out there working at all times.
So a busy day for Nebraska in early June. Nebraska basketball gets Berke Buchtengel from UCLA, the 6'9" forward, and Nebraska football adds a late commit to the class, David Hofkin, who is at the satellite camp in Houston or down there in
This
Waco.
will be very intriguing when Steve gets back from this.
We have to hear about.
Yes.
Well, the camp in general, his time down there.
Yes.
The situation with the clothes, if it was working well for him with his
short pants,
the target purchases, hygiene, of course.
Yes.
We talked about hygiene and David Hofkin, of course. So there you go. That's your update from Husker Sportsland yesterday. A couple new players in the fold for football and basketball. When we come back, Bill, there's a player that's been banned from baseball for life, and the bad problem was
that's incredible.
He sucked at why he was being banned.
How long was he in the league?
We'll tell you that after the break.
I want to know that. How long was the league? Yeah, this story is pretty incredible.
That's next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Constructors is now hiring for all positions, with laborers starting at $23 and up based on experience. Constructors has immediate job openings for laborers, mechanics, bridge builders, operators, and drivers. Start your new career today. Constructors offers great pay, health, dental, and vision insurance, paid time off, paid holidays, and so much more. Join the crew today and be a part of Nebraska's oldest paving company dating back to 1908. For a complete list of openings and to apply online, visit constructorslincoln.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today. Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See & Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order Program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting book. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Blecker and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Blecker and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com. Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting lincolnteammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
No Sean Callahan today. Of course, he's at the satellite camp down in Texas, so we'll talk to Sean next week for the first time in a couple weeks. He's been busy. But in the meantime, segment 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Beck's Hybrids, the largest independent family-owned seed company. As Bill would say, drought's over.
Drought is over.
And with all this rain may come the need to replant. Beck's offers 100% free replant on all of their products, corn, soybeans, even alfalfa, because they don't just sell seed, they guarantee a stand. Contact your local Beck's rep today for more details at beckshybrids.com.
A couple things amazed me during my drive yesterday. with Beck's hat is on right now.
Yep.
Is what amazed me the most was a couple things. Was the amount of water that was in fields, the amount of some of the places that have just been hit by incredible amounts of rain, and then the ability to be able to replant because of what's going on at Beck's. And the next thing, this what stood out the most for me, Jake.
Okay.
The number of Beck's seed signs that I saw in the fields, which mean these fields here are Beck's. It is growing and taking over the state. It's incredible what Beck's, and it all comes back to one thing. Family. That's what it comes back to, and how they handle their business. All they have a rewards program.
They do.
They have Sonny Beck, been working there since 1965. You have to be to be a part of Beck's. You have to work in the company. You just don't get dividends from the company. You have to work within the company. They started this thing from ground up the right way, and then Trevor takes things over here and just runs everything from the Nebraska standpoint, and it's just been marvelous with what they're doing. But when I saw the amount of how important it would be to have that insurance that I can replant my crop, and that's incredible. 100%.
That's because they take care of people. They care. They want you to have success with working with them. Beck's Hybrids.
It's unreal. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you.
BecksHybrids.com. A fascinating story in the world of baseball regarding someone that no longer can play baseball, Bill. MLB has banned Tucupita Marcano for life. For betting on baseball. 4 others got 1 year 1 year suspension. So this is from the AP. San Diego Padres infielder Tucupita Marcano was banned from baseball for life because of MLB said he has placed 387 baseball bets totaling more than $150,000.
How much again?
He played. So there's
$150,000 of total bets.
Yes, on 387 bets. Now, only 231 of these 387 were on MLB. There's 150 on like international baseball. So 231 were on baseball. Here's the problem for him, Bill. He sucked at it. He got 4.3% of his bets right. He's banned for life. He lost a lot of money doing so, and now he can't play baseball anymore.
One of the most amazing decisions. It sounded. I mean, that amount of money is very low.
It is for what he bet on. Yeah.
So it's like it was almost like boredom, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just kind of bored. I'm gonna bet. I'm just gonna bet on some games because I mean he wasn't putting out a lot of money per game. Wasn't have a lot of things. So I do that, and then also end your entire career.
Yep.
Forever.
Yep.
Forever.
You're banned. Lifetime ban. First time.
I mean, and it just. I mean, I just can't imagine. Can you imagine those right now that are. How many years was he in the MLB? How many?
Well, he's 24 years old. He had 149 games of major league experience, so probably just a year or two.
So not very much. But just think of those that are in rookie league, A ball, double A ball, third, just trying to get to the show, just doing everything they can to possibly to see what it'd be like to get into a major league ballpark and get in that bat, just to see what that would be like. Just do everything you can to try to play, and he does it, and he makes it. And he throws it away on like a bunch of $50 bets
or less.
Yeah, on $50 or $20 bets, just for nothing to do. Let's just place some bets before I go to the ballpark. This is incredible of buffoonery. This is the ultimate buffoonery.
Yeah. So again, the bets occurred from October 2022 through last July, and then through November. So I guess it was July. So October 2022 through November of 2023. So over a year of betting, 231 from MLB and then 150 on different international baseball. But he got 4.3% of his bets right. So he lost money in the process, and now he can't play baseball anymore. I saw somebody say it's like losing money on insider trading, basically.
Exactly.
To a certain
That's
extent.
what makes sense. Exactly right.
How do you do that?
Hey, I'm just going to let you know tomorrow we're going to sell this stock. And then he bought the wrong stock.
I was like, what are you doing?
Wait, what happened?
What are you doing?
No, there's a T in that. You know, they didn't spell it right. they knew exactly what you're doing. Didn't have any idea. That's just complete craziness. But like I said, I think the rules are so tight on what you can and can't do. There is no when we talk about certain things in college coaching, and it's like, okay, what is gray, what is not? There's certain things you just like you just look at somebody and go, there's 100% you can't do that, and if you do that you'll cost yourself. That's what he did. Probably the first thing that's discussed, almost the first thing, day one of meetings of like that. Cross this line, try it. Just go ahead and try it.
See what happens.
Bet on the sport you're playing. Just go ahead and try it.
See what happens to you.
See what happens. See how it goes. That can't be more clear. Crystal clear. Is everybody aware of this? If you do one thing on this like that, yes, they sign papers. They go to events to learn about how to not do it, how to not affect the game. All those different things you have to have, because the integrity of the game. If you lose that, that's when you lose all your fandom. You lose everything. And so when there's people betting on their own sport is brutal.
From the AP, it says Marcano is the first active major league player banned for life under the sports gambling provision since New York Giants outfielder Jimmy O'Connell in 1924. Pete Rose, of course, baseball's career hits leader, agreed to a lifetime ban in '89 after an investigation concluded he bet on Reds games while managing the team. Not as a player, so as managing the team is when he got the ban. Pete Rose.
Yep.
So he spent part of the seasons with the Pirates and the Padres. Apparently, he was making a lot of these bets while he was on the injury list with the Pirates.
Right.
So wasn't exactly involved in those games. He wasn't like a part of the bets that he was betting on. But
it sounds like he's just kind of like hanging out. I mean, just think about this. There was people got suspended in the NFL that bet on games or activities that were legal to bet on, but they bet on them from the complex. They were at the complex when they made the bets. That's what made it illegal. That's how tight this is. This is how well informed you are with this. Very well informed.
Just can't get over the fact. I mean, 4.3% of the bets were correct. Yeah, you are literally horrible at that. You are so bad. Gambling's not easy, but that is horrible. What were you betting on? Are you betting on the stupidest prop bets possible, or what?
It probably was. Probably just some random. It just sounds like it just didn't have anything to. Like I said, the money. A lot of people bet that much money in a night. They really do.
Yeah, 150 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. AP goes on to say, okay, so he bet almost exclusively on the outcomes of games. So yeah, you have no idea what these games. You are the worst bettor in the history of the world.
I wonder where the tip.
It wasn't prop bets. It was results. It's even worse.
Wonder where the tip came from. Wonder where it came out that he got that it was found out. I wonder how that all went down, because right now those things happen, and like you said. It falls back on the most bizarre story ever, where all of a sudden there's all these college athletes that were getting hit for gambling, but it only happened in one state, the state of Iowa.
That's it.
The only place.
The only
ones that are betting.
The only one.
Not true. Not the history tells you that's not true. But the state of Iowa got dinged, and not saying it was that they shouldn't have. I'm just saying it's very odd of how certain people get caught or how things go about. But just that fact that he must have been using his own name, his own account, everything, just set it up online.
It says MLB was tipped off in March about the betting activity by a legal sports betting operator that told him about this. Hey, this guy is you might want to check this guy out with some potential betting problems here. So they were tipped off by a legal sports betting operator.
Okay.
They tipped him off. From the text line, Nate in Dorchester says, I bet that guy's bracket in college basketball did not go very well. Don't take his bracket.
I didn't go very well.
Sanderson says, this guy is really dumb. He was using apps like DraftKings, FanDuel, using his own name. What is wrong with you?
His own name.
Marcano, figure it out.
What phone did you use? Just my own phone.
I got my cell phone.
I got my cell phone.
Here's my actual email address. Here's my social if you need that.
Got his picture up on it.
I'm smiling with his jersey on. I'm a Pirates player.
Follow me.
Number 10. Follow me on Twitter. Patrick says, there's got to be more to this story. It is impossible to get that low of a percentage right.
It's impossible that low, and it's impossible just to be doing this. I mean, it's like, you really want to sit down and just find out if there was like some form of, he'll claim confusion, but there can't be, because I'm telling you, the meetings you go to, I mean, at all levels of gambling and what you can do, I mean, it is so intense on what you can and can't do. It's so intense.
Well, regarding the sports better, the operator that turned him in, Joel in Wisconsin says, why would you turn him in when he always loses, you idiots? It's money for you guys. What are you doing here? Come on.
Oh,
incredible. Some people say maybe he was doing a bunch of ridiculous parlays. That could be possible.
That could be
possible, but still, why? What are you doing? What are you doing? So,
but the amount of money is what shocks me. I thought it'd be like, something like, okay, 2.5 million, 150 over 200. I mean, literally he was making $30 and $40 bets probably is what he was doing.
It's about
$50 bets.
That's about it.
But it's not about
small
what he was doing.
Small bets. So
FanDuel, see his picture.
That's the end of the road for Major League Baseball for Tusapita Marcano, who gave us a nice laugh this morning. But
there wasn't a lot of conversation too like that. What's his penalty? He's banned for life.
Okay.
Next. That's it. There was no, well, you know what? There might be some things we're going to appeal. No, he's banned for life. And I would have to imagine his attorneys like going, yes, we'll accept that.
Yep.
We'll take that one. We will walk away from that because Pete Rose can't get back into the game, and was the leading hit leader in the history of the game.
Yep. So we'll see what the career, what he does next with his life.
Yes.
But it won't be in baseball for Mr. Marcano. So
Will
rough
not be.
go for him. Before we get to break, we got to tell you about our friends at Trados, Bill. Trados, they are the place to be. They're working in the ag industry in a variety of ways. They can help with your crop marketing. They're good at that. They outsource your accounting to an accountant and your agronomy to an agronomist. What do all those have in common? Specialization. Each individual becomes a professional in their field in order to serve others while doing something they love every single day with Trados. You've got some information on these guys, Bill.
Well, a couple things here. I talked to you about Adam Ickes.
You did.
And running the company. And Adam is very big, and we had this conversation today because when they advertise this, obviously we get to know them well. I had a chance to meet the entire company and meet all of their customers, which is very, very unique for me at that. But also, we mentioned this, and he goes, "Oh, please, yes." Is that please on this phone number 402-858-7529 402-858-7529. Reach out, get a hold of Trados, get a hold of Adam, and he is doing the free consultation, free meal.
Oh, yes.
Oh, absolutely.
Adam.
Absolutely. So you'll get a chance to talk to him about, hey, what was it like when Shanley blocked the punt against Missouri and he scored a touchdown? And so he scored a touchdown. Get to talk about that. Oh, by the way, how do I make tons of money? How do I do that with my farming? How do I get my crops in line with once everything is already harvested? So here's the thing that he brought up to me that I thought was very interesting to be able to get done. Get in strategic position to create your price, not accept what the general market price is. So that's you have your grain, you have what you're going to be selling, and he walks you through the detailed times of when to sell, how to sell, do those, to be smart about everything that you do. They'd be like us, Jake. What do you and me do right away? Anything. We reach out for help, don't we?
We do all the time.
And there's never a time it's like, oh, we got this all figured out by ourselves. The farmer's job is to do what? The farming.
Yep.
This is his job to go through the farming, get the crops put away. They're in the bin. They're ready to go. Now what do we do with them? That's where Trados comes in. Reach out to him, get the free consultation, feel what it's like to have blocked the kick against Pitt.
That's pretty cool.
And then also then get things to take off for you in ag world.
Help them. They can help you with your grain marketing plan. Go trados.com. GOTREDAS.com. The website to go check that out today.
Awesome people. I know them personally from small town Nebraska, Page, Nebraska. Farmers.
Good people. When we come back, Mailbag is next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Perch Merch is your one-stop shop for all your printing and promotional needs in Lincoln, Nebraska. They specialize in screen printing, embroidery, vehicle wraps, window wraps, print collateral, promotional products, and signage. At Perch Merch, they are committed to delivering high-quality products and exceptional customer service. Their experienced team of designers and printing professionals will work with you every step of the way to ensure that your vision is realized. Call for a quote today at 402-217-5212 or go to perch-merch.com.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red. Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot. An afternoon high around 89. Tonight, a stray shower or storm possible. Otherwise, clear skies. No that low around 57. And tomorrow, sunny skies. An afternoon high around 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Tucker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Have you been accused of a crime? Is your liberty and freedom at stake? At Liberty Law Group, we are committed to defending the liberty and pursuing justice for those accused. Going to court is stressful, overwhelming, and full of uncertainty. At Liberty Law Group, we carry that burden for you. When legal troubles are keeping you up at night, trust Liberty Law Group to fight your battles. Call 877-42-LIBERTY. That's 877-42-LIBERTY.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, deal ends June 14th. Join now, online or at your local PF Club.
See Home Club for details.
Here you go. Coffee's on me and my new BFF. I thought I was your best friend forever. BFF like best financial friend at Members Own Credit Union. Right now, they're offering $100 when you consolidate or transfer a loan or an existing credit card balance and meet requirements. Plus, you get great rates and free advice from a financial partner that will put you first. That sounds like a match made in heaven. Members Own Credit Union is the type of bestie you can count on. Get started today at memberzonecu.org/BFF. Limitations may apply. Equal housing opportunity.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
You love to bash his sports takes.
Now, will you feel like an idiot if you're a big tough? If you're a big tough guy this morning,
but you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When I was
Once again, your song of the day from 1969, Cotton Fields by Cretan's Clearwater Revival, CCR, 464-5685. 1 is bad, 10 is good. Texture rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day. Sip is not here, so Bill, this is right to you. Oh, hang on.
As far as creativity, Jake, a 10.
10.
Thank you. I'm gonna tell you this is completely embarrassing.
Oh,
I didn't realize that was CCR.
You didn't?
Well, I've heard the song, but for some reason that didn't resonate with me.
That's CCR,
and you know my passion for CCR.
I know.
Yeah, and so that befuddles me that I don't know that. Down in Louisiana, about a mile from Texarkana. Oh, I tell you, and then living down in Louisiana, I just know that I can picture it in my mind. The song's incredible. Haven't heard that forever. Just tell you what it is. It's a driving song.
It is.
It's a driving song. I don't know if it's walk-up song. It's a driving song. You don't just be driving and you're like tapping your foot and you're rolling pretty good down the highway. I could have used this song on the way home yesterday. That would have been a great song to hear. It's a toe tapper. Wow. 9222269.
And when you think about CCR, I think Fortunate Son, you think Bad Moon Rising, you think about Born on the Bayou, Down in the Corner. You don't think about, you didn't even know the song was CCR.
No, and I really didn't. And then now when you listen to it, yes, I feel CCR. But no, I didn't. And so that really threw me off. But wow, Jake, what a song. I don't know how you pulled that one out.
We're in the nines today.
Oh, that was incredible. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I chimed in that yesterday's song I thought was a 1.
Well, I played that song intentionally because I know that you don't like that music. So when I can't play that song, I will play
it. Got a lot of high scores.
So it got some low scores too, though.
But I had to support it. I had to support that.
We got to guess Ben's score. You want to guess Ben's score on that one?
Ben won't appreciate that. Has no idea what just went down. He's a 4-2.
I'm going to go with a 5-1.
Yeah.
5-7. Yeah. 5-7
that
from
song,
Ben.
Listen to that again today. Just kind of get it all over yourself. Yeah. Just I'm telling you, Ben, that's something.
Some ratings from the text line before we get to the mailbag. Notorious B.I.B. 4.3. Ella says a 6. Ella's dad 8.5. How old are you, Ella? Ella, with your dad this morning.
I like when we get that with the family.
I like that when the kids are listening.
Yes,
it's great.
Yes.
Scott from Bancroft says Jake is having a week. Most of your songs usually suck. He liked yesterday's song too, The Offspring. He gives that one today a 9.6, and he gave yesterday's song a 9.8.
He did.
The song you gave a 1 from afar. 5.5 from Jennifer. Hubby 7.8. Usually Jennifer's always higher on the score than Hubby. This is rare, so Hubby's higher than her today. Ryan in California 9.1. Sanderson 7.1. Corey in Lincoln a 6. Stan in Bennett 8.1. Kiffin in Columbus.
Kiffin.
Is that Monty or Lane? 1.1.
1.1.
Didn't like it.
Lane would have liked that.
Sean in DeWitt says, "You're kidding me." 4.6. No, I'm not kidding you. It's a great song.
The song was incredible.
Scooter from Roca, not the fireworks stand yet, says 9.85 on that
Scooter
one.
has himself together. Scooter, things should be start opening up. What about June 25th? I wonder. One thing about Roca, which is nice, they open up early. They're ahead of Lincoln. Oh yeah, they're ahead of Lincoln.
Down there.
Make the drive. Right. Make the drive. Go see Scooter.
By the way, Ella is 7 years old listening this morning.
Nice.
Look at that. Incredible.
Ella, thank
the
you.
young fans are out there
Stock
today.
up, Ella.
Jared from Ord, I think a first-time texter. Jared from Ord, 6.7. Never heard that song before.
Yeah, it's not one. I would say there was several breakers today. Might have been the first time they've heard it.
They might add it to their playlist.
Yeah, it might be a playlist. Yes.
By the way, Ord, the home of the Chanticleers, one of the best names out there.
Yes, it is.
In Nebraska high school football.
Yes.
The Chants.
The Chants.
By the way, and Scooter says June 25th is opening day at the fireworks shop in Roca.
I follow local fireworks. That's what I do.
Fireworks master.
Fireworks.
Bill Busch over here.
I went out, asked Scooter. I went out and talked to him.
He sent me a picture last year. Look who stopped by.
Yeah.
Bill and Laura stopped. I got the picture.
Made the drive.
Scooter. You did.
Made the drive. Yes.
Confirm you did. It is time, without further ado, for the mailbag here on a Wednesday. Here we go. The mailbag, Bill, is sponsored by our friends at Applied Connective Technologies, Nebraska's preferred technology partner. They're in all 93 counties. Knox, Knuckles, Hitchcock, Holt. I'll keep going. That's 93. I'll get to all of them. They're everywhere. You know what they do? They manage IT cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, audio, video, infrastructure, and more. AppliedConnective.com.
Infrastructure out of Albion. You know what we need? What kind of problems do we have this morning on the radio show?
IT problems.
IT problems.
And yesterday and the day before.
Let me ask you this, Jake. Was there frustration?
I was frustrated.
Was there frustration, Ben? Was there panic going on? Because all of a sudden, guess what? So Jake is dealing with trying to fix all the IT problems. Jake, are you an IT guy?
I am not, Bill.
So who should you lean on?
Applied Connective Technologies.
Thank you. That's who you lean on, tech people. And guess what? We just happen to know the best people in the state of Nebraska. Just think about that. Albion, been out there. I've walked the facility with them. I've walked the entire facility. I've met the people. I've met upper management. It is the happiest place in the world.
Happy.
I've never seen people so happy because of the structure of the work environment that they have. And then guess what else they can do? They fix IT problems. I'm blown away by and then the versatility of what they can do. And if you watch any cop shows, what do you see? What do you see in any police shows, any CSI? There's always some, hey, let's go to the footage. There's always some footage or somewhere like that. Guess what? You can go to the footage with these guys because they have cameras to make your company secure or your house secure. Think about that.
How about that? Simple solution. Applied Connective Technologies. Go to appliedconnective.com. First question comes from Michael, who's not in Hawaii. He was in Australia the last couple of weeks. Australia.
Nice.
He gets around. He travels.
Michael he's yes. We basically get to like 84th and Pioneer and back. That's about wraps her up for us.
That's about it.
He goes to Australia.
He goes to Aussie. Yeah, he's an Aussie guy. He says, aloha and good day, mates. Wrapping up my last week, and one of the Australians I'm working with asked me if I knew anything about college football because he wanted to know how the conferences and playoff system worked. How would you best describe how conferences and the playoffs work to someone who has no idea?
It's a great question, and I'm not really sure how you describe it to him. It's one of those conversations where I used to go to a coach's clinic, and someone would ask me, Coach Busch, would you please install Cover 4 for me? I said, I can do that. I need 8 to 10 hours. And that's about what you'd need on this one. You'd have to start from like ground floor of like, this is what college football is. If you even went, you have to start in the current day. You can't even go backwards and start saying, well, this is what it was, and now this is what it is now. No.
Nope.
That will throw somebody off so much. You basically describe it as there's 4 power conferences, and then there's the group of 5. So they have 2 separate. Yes, they're in the same
division.
They're basically in the same division, but yet they aren't, which is it's very odd. They're in the same division, but yet they're not in the same division. They have the same number of scholarships, but they're not treated the same.
See, imagine the confusion in that sense.
That
this person has no idea what you're talking
about. If you're dealing with, if you're dealing with the regulation of how they do it in soccer, on how you can move up and move down and do all that, it would be so like, well, can you move up into that league? No, you can't.
Not really.
No, you can't.
No.
If you play really good and go undefeated, you might get an opportunity, potentially, if your schedule is good enough. And if they decide to vote you in, well, who's going to vote you in? Well, there's a group of people that meet in Dallas. Are they all ex-coaches? No, they're not. Some of them have nothing. Didn't even play sports. And they're the ones making the decisions on this. It would be so bizarre to have to explain this, to go down this rabbit hole of like explain how the conferences work, how the money is distributed. That's like, well, so it used to be no playoffs. How'd you decide your champion? Sports writers voted on it. Sometimes the champion.
I don't understand.
What? Did this vote on it? Do you guys play playoffs? No, we don't. Sometimes in the bowl games, the number 1 team was playing a team with 3 losses. That's true. Nebraska played Miami before, but Miami was playing for the national championship, and Nebraska had a couple losses. And so it would just goes on and on and on to be able to do it. So you'd start with the conferences. That's how I would start it off. I would start explaining how the conferences work, the Power 4, the Group of 5, how those conferences work. And I'd try to stay away from any NIL or anything to start, because that would just be mind-blowing to someone that has no idea what's going on. And then you'd want to stress the energy of the crowd, what the game is like, the true pageantry of the game. You want to try to get into that part. So if you start saying scheduling, which we'll get into later with Joel Klatt, that's where you can't get more bizarre. So the SEC and the Big Ten, they're the 2 biggest power conferences in the Power 4. Oh yeah, they're way bigger than the other 2. Oh, and then by the way, but their schedule is the same. No, it's not. The SEC plays 8 conference games. The Big Ten plays 9 conference
You have to
games.
tell this person, hey, you need like a stiff drink and a cigarette for this because it's gonna blow your mind.
Several cigarettes. I think you want to get a hard pack of Marlboros and when it would have to be, honestly, you could teach a class at the college level for a full semester and just say, here's what we're going to talk through on some things. And it would take you that long to just try to get a grasp of it. Just get a grasp of it. So that's a great question.
That's very hard to explain, but you did the best you could. And someone's like, I'm already confused because it's confusing. It's confusing.
It is. Just think about this. There's a power 4, but it's not. It's a power 2. And there's 2 others. Then there's a group of 5. So there's 3 levels right now. There's 3 levels.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
From Brian in the mailbag says, everyone says there's a girl the one that got away or a guy that got away. Is there a concert that got away? I have an answer for this one, Bill. Is there one that you wish you had seen that you had a chance to see, but you did not go?
I can't think of. There's a lot I wish I'd seen, but not one that was like I was on the cusp. I had tickets. Something changed late. Wasn't able to go. That didn't take place. So no.
I've got 2. I've got 2 in this
I want to
one.
hear it.
2017, I chose to play in a golf tournament over going to Tom Petty in Minneapolis, which she did pass away later, a couple months later. So I never had a chance. I had a chance to see Tom Petty before he passed, and I never saw him. So that one. Also, I think about 2019, Toby Keith was over here at Pinewood Bowl, and I didn't go see him. And I love Toby Keith. I had no reason. I had no excuse. I should have gone.
Just didn't go.
I could have gone. So,
Toby Keith played Pinewood Bowl.
Yes. I think 5 or 6 years. And Larry the Cable Guy went up on the stage with them at one point and played a song with them. I think it was 6 or 7 years ago, maybe something like that. Maybe more.
Please text in if you were at that event. Breakers.
He was at Pinewood Bowl. Toby. And I didn't. And I did not go, and I regret it still. And I can't see him now because he's passed away.
Yeah.
So 2 guys I wish I had seen. I had chances to go see them. I chose not to. Terrible.
Wow. That's a great question. That's a really good question.
Terrible. Last one. This is from Ben, not young Ben, different Ben. Says, are you in or are you out on Swiss cake rolls in your current age?
In. That's that class. No such thing as a dumb question. I think you just hit one. Yeah. Oh yeah. In 100%.
Nick Saban eats oatmeal cream pie still. We could have a Swiss cake roll right now.
Yeah. Oh,
why not?
They're incredible. They're incredible. They used to come. Was it the ho-ho, the Swiss wrap? Sometimes they used to come individually wrapped in foil. They used to come individual wrap, but the Swiss. Oh yeah, I'm in. And there's that line of food. They always have their own little section at the convenience store. They have their own little section.
Thank you to Scott. It was actually July 26, 2018 that Toby Keith was at Pinewood Bowl. And guess what? I could have gone and I didn't. I wasn't
here. I would not. I would have been in Louisiana, so I was not here.
What an idiot by me.
That is. And talk about so very simple in life. So for the youth, for Ella to understand, there's the only thing in life that bothers you, that ever haunts you, is regret.
Yep.
Mistakes. If you make a mistake, you hit a bad ball in golf, whatever it is, all those things that's like no, but regret, and that's a regret one right there. I mean, I regret it. I wasn't even available for it. It really wasn't.
I could have seen Toby Keith in my own city.
Because you would talk about that one forever
at an outdoor venue,
an outdoor
concert. Larry the Cable Guy was on stage with them. It was a cool thing. I just remember reading about it saying, why did I not go to this?
Regret will just haunt you the rest of your life. There's things that just haunt you. Just go back and go. It's like, and what is it? It's things that I could have controlled myself, which would have made this all right. It had nothing to do with. I couldn't do it. There's nothing I could do on this. I wanted to go to this event, but this thing happened that day. So nope, you could have went. That's regret.
That is regret, and that's the mailbag, sponsored by our friends at Applied Connective Technologies. Go to appliedconnective.com today to fix all your IT problems where you're at business. You're at your business.
Think about that. IT. They can fix all of our problems today. Could have been solved. Boom. Probably had a little tough getting hold of somebody at 6 o'clock. But you know what?
Not for sure. They might have been.
I bet if we got a hold of Will. Out in Fullerton on his drive to Albion where he works at.
Would have worked out for us.
He would have got a hold of us on the phone. He probably would have drove down. Will would have taken care of us.
The one that got away for IT. When we come back, top of the hour, we're going to talk about the top 10 games of the upcoming year that could shape the season.
Nice. I like
And Joel Klatt's view. That's up next, an early break in the ticket.
This This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring for heavy equipment operators and a heavy equipment mechanic. Working at Gaina Trucking is a great career with excellent team culture, with benefits package including competitive pay based on experience, health, vision, and dental insurance, and a 401k plan. If you're looking for a new job as a heavy equipment operator or mechanic, apply online at GainaTrucking.com or call 402-794-5000. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking.
How many times has the dad in your life complained about being tired and sore and done nothing about it? Why not change things up this year for Father's Day with a gift certificate for a massage from the Body Shop? It's not a day at the golf course or a new tool for the shop, but it is something that can make activities less painful going forward. Get Dad a gift certificate today for Father's Day at thebodyshoplincoln.com. The Body Shop at 48th and A.
Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries. All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Community means something different to everyone. But for me, it means cheering on those around you during the good times and helping them out during the tough times. I'm softball player Jordy Ball, and I've been blessed with the support of my friends, family, coaches, and community throughout my life. When looking for a bank to call home, it was easy to choose Midwest Bank. I never feel like just another customer, and they're proud to support their communities. They love what they do, and it shows. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today. Ready to add a dash of Southern flavor to your week? At Wings and Rings, their brand new Southern fried wings have arrived for a limited time. Indulge in the irresistible goodness of large, traditional bone-in wings coated in a crispy beer batter and fried to perfection. Try them with hot honey or any other sauces. And for those busy summer days coming up, look no further than their Southern Fried Wings Family Bundle. Wings and Rings, 2 Lincoln locations on O Street or Village Lane. You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas. The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Husker fans, the 2024 Nebraska football season is right around the corner, and they need your support in Memorial Stadium this fall. You can now purchase a Husker football 3-game mini plan for only $170. This plan includes tickets to the UTEP or Northern Iowa, plus Illinois or Rutgers, and either UCLA or Wisconsin games. Tickets are only available while supplies last. To purchase your Husker football 3-game mini plan today, or for more information, visit huskers.com/tickets. Go Big Red.
We're on the air.
Back.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
Wake up, Lincoln.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow.
It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans. So I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Wednesday. Steve Sipple out today, back tomorrow to make it a full three-legged stool. Bill Busch, Jake Sorensen with you. Hour 2 is always sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank, member FDIC. Location in South Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane, also at 70th and Pioneers. And Bill, what does Steve Schindler have for us today up in the wonderful world of Creighton?
Well, Midwest Bank has a lot of things going on every day, but today was a big day. And to kind of lead it off, if we could jump into a song quick, Jake, that would help me very much. Please fire up the song.
Right there.
Incredible song. So
Frankie Valli in the Four
Seasons. So Steve Schindler today has been working on this, him and Tamara, diligently now for several months. It's going to debut today, and they wanted to wait till the last day to announce it, so it wasn't just mayhem right there, but they will be doing a version of Jersey Boys the musical.
Oh, is that right?
They will be doing a version of Jersey Boys the musical, the story of Frankie Valli in the Four Seasons. So very exciting day for them like that. Tammy and Steve have seen it live. I've seen Jersey Boys.
They're performing this
times.
up there?
They're performing. Steve will be Frankie. Yes.
He's got the pipes.
He can sing.
I want to hear that.
He's an incredible singer. Incredible singer. I don't know if have you ever seen the musical?
I have not.
Oh, I saw it in Omaha and saw it here at the Lead Center too. It's
Jersey Boys.
Phenomenal. It'll change your life.
Okay.
It'll change your life. And so they saw it they went and saw it in Omaha, and it changed their life. And so they started working on this. Like, could we do this in Creighton? Could Steve do this at the bank? And they have. They've been working on it for months with everyone, and everyone is from Creighton. Everyone that is the entire production. Everyone is from Creighton. So today shows will be at 10:44 and 2:44. 10:44 and 2:44. So the entire musical Jersey Boys will be done.
Well, several questions here before we move on.
Yes.
This takes a lot of work to do
a lot of
musical.
production.
Now,
Lights.
Now, Shin Daddy has been running a bank and been doing all these different things every day. How in the world has he found time to practice and produce a musical?
A lot of it early mornings, not so much late nights.
2 a.m.?
So they've been starting like at 5:30, getting together with everyone to get everyone from the whole, get everyone together from the entire community to work on this is a lot. And then the biggest headache they had, they said, was just the lighting, sound system. They had to bring an orchestra in from
the Creighton
from the Creighton High School band to work on this. And it was an alumni band also. It wasn't the high school; it was an alumni band.
That's good.
And so that was a lot to get all those things tied together. But Steve just took it on. Now it was it's 9 months in the making to be able to get this done. But they were afraid that if they made this announcement 2 weeks out, that all of a sudden that it could just be, people can't get in, mayhem, and all of a sudden streets are blocked. And they're worried about, what if there's a fire and an ambulance has to get out? That's the concern.
The text line, Too Ripped to Quit says, I'm going because that's my favorite song ever. I got to be there.
It's it's my wife's favorite song.
It's a good song.
It's her absolute favorite song. That was
a happy song.
Myself and Laura, our first date was to Jersey Boys.
Was it really?
That was our very first official date. We went to Jersey Boys, and then that's when I found out that was her favorite song.
Well,
it's very uplifting. The story is incredible. If you ever get a chance to see Jersey Boys, it's a game changer. So big day today at Midwest Bank.
All right, thanks to Steve Schindler and Company, and watch Jersey Boys the musical by all Creighton people
and the alumni band.
2 different showings, 10:44 and 2:44 today. Incredible. Thanks to Midwest Bank. 464-5685. Call or text as always. It is the off season, but there's always lists and articles out there to help us get to the regular season in football. And in Joel Klatt of Fox Sports, we mentioned him about a month ago when he put Nebraska at number 22 in his preseason poll for 2024, which is very high and very flattering for Nebraska. But he was listing, Bill, yesterday his 10 games that will shape the 2024 college football season. And Nebraska is involved in this conversation. Here are the games that Joel Klatt says will shape the college football season ahead. Okay? Off the bat, week 1, LSU and USC. Any pushback there at all, Bill?
No, incredible game.
Okay.
And thank you to LSU and USC, especially LSU. LSU the last 2 years has played who? Florida State.
Yep.
They
start off strong.
Yes, they're playing 8 conference games, but wow, they're stepping up. So and to USC for taking that game on.
And by the way, these are in order of when the games are. And so next up would be on his list, Nebraska and Colorado. He says that the winner of that game. Now, this is Joe Klatt's words, not me or Bill. I'm reading Joe Klatt's words. He says the winner of that game has reason to believe that they could push toward a college football playoff appearance if they win the game. That seems pretty bold.
It's incredible, the power of the logo of Nebraska and Prime. The power of that is incredible. Because if you look at these games, Nebraska, Colorado does not add
It's
up.
An outlier.
It's an
outlier.
But the reason it isn't is because of the tradition and logo of Nebraska and the fan base, and then what's going on at Colorado with Prime. Because no matter what, it's must-see TV. People are watching it just to see they love it or they want to see it fail. One of the two ways.
Yep.
Everyone wants to tune in to Colorado. So it's incredible to be. Think about this. Teams that were 5-7 and 4-8.
Yep,
that's
right.
Or in the top 10 games. When you look at these other games, that doesn't quite.
It doesn't add up.
It doesn't quite add up in that. But it leads to the power of the logo of Nebraska, the fan base of Nebraska, and the trajectory of the program that Coach Rule has it on right now. And then with Colorado, with what's going on there, and the bigger story is the head coach.
Yep.
The head coach is the story of Colorado.
That's right. He is. The next game is on the list in terms of the top 10 games that could shape the college football season ahead. Texas, Michigan. That's a no-doubter there. That's a beautiful. Both teams in the playoff last year. That's a no-brainer on this list.
Love both for taking the game.
Love that.
For having playing that game.
Then you get into a couple conference games here. Obviously, Georgia, Alabama, which whenever they play, that always shapes the football season. It has to be on there. Clemson, Florida State in the ACC. Florida State right now the favorite in that conference after an undefeated regular season. But Clemson, of course, coming off what was them a rough year, even though they won 9-10 games still. They're trying to prove that they're still the king of the ACC. Ohio State, Oregon, no brainer, no doubter here.
As big as it gets. Of all the games on this list, that's my favorite.
At Oregon, by the way.
That's my favorite.
Ohio on the road.
State at Oregon.
I
think you're looking at two teams that they're both national championship caliber teams.
They believe that, yeah. Georgia, Texas on the list, no brainer. Both now in the SEC, of course. Texas moves over to the SEC, big game. Missouri, Alabama was kind of surprising. Now, Missouri has some aspirations to have a very good season ahead. They've got reasons to believe they've got a lot of returning starters from a good team. So that one feels like maybe the second outlier because Missouri has not been there very often recently.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't fire me up a lot, but I see why. I do see the why. It is an intriguing game. If it most likely if that was still Nick Saban, not that game.
Sure. The last two, of course, are both with Ohio State again. Ohio State, Penn State, and then Michigan, Ohio State to end the season are the top 10 games that can shape the college football season per Joel Klatt.
Yeah, and some of them won't even shape it a lot. I don't know if Ohio State, Oregon, incredible game. Don't know if it knocks either one out of the playoffs unless they have some other, bad play along the way. The loser of that game is not like, well, you're out. There's a chance in the 4 game that one loss might take you out. This one, it's not going to happen. But the intrigue of it is very, very high. Extremely high.
But like you said, I mean, it goes back to the Nebraska thing. I mean, these are all, you've got several teams were in the playoff last year. When you talk about Texas and Michigan were both in the playoff. Those 4, they're the top 4 teams. Obviously, Georgia was not there. They're almost always there, though, the last 4 or 5 years. They deserve to be in these games. Bama was in the playoff. I mean, but Nebraska and Colorado, like you said, 5-7, 4-8 last year. It seems odd for them to be in here. But I think the reason that you can put them in here is because they both believe they have decent years ahead. And this could jumpstart one of them to maybe, have the season that they think they possibly can have.
Yes, it obviously that can happen. Like I said, it's just such intrigue with tradition, and then with what's going on. That, like I said, Coach Prime is prime time must see TV. And always must see TV. Whether you like him or don't, you have an opinion. There's nobody in college like right now. If you went through and just does anybody have a really, really hard opinion on Dan Lanning at Oregon? Are you just
no?
Are you just I love him or I hate him?
No.
He's kind of like, oh,
he's good.
He's a good coach. That's about where it ends, right? When you go to Colorado, is that the case? No. The head coach, it is very simple. You either absolutely if you follow college football, you absolutely love him, or you don't. And so it's one way or the other. So that's why it's must see TV.
Now, something else that Joel Klatt had mentioned yesterday, he was with Colin Cowherd on the Herd. He was talking about scheduling. Scheduling is often a recurring issue. He says that certain teams play softer schedules than others, and those teams are often judged on their opponent's quality. He thinks that schools should not be able to be in charge of their schedules. It should be someone that's put, even non-conference games put out there by somebody else.
I don't know how.
What are your thoughts on that?
I'm not sure how it would work, but I couldn't agree more. He's 100% accurate. It just doesn't happen in the NFL. Everyone is playing someone with the exact same numbers. There's 32 teams. They have the exact same salary cap. They have reverse drafting, all the things, everything you name it.
That's right.
To have a chance for us right there. So I'm not trying to say have a chance, but when you get to do your own schedule, that's that. And also, like I said, 100% do not agree with the SEC playing 8 in the Big Ten, and everybody else plays 9, and they play 8. So you have a chance if you wanted to be. Now a lot of those, if you take a look at them, there's a lot of teams that are playing. They're playing up. They're playing. Hey, we're going to play 4. But we're going to play really down in one game. We're going to play an FCS team, but we're going to play up in a game. But you don't have to, and that makes no sense. Scheduling matters so much. But if like you said, in the last 2 years, what has Michigan done? Just had 3 complete layups. And so, no, I think there should be some sort of a way but the problem is now, which everyone knows, is that no one's pulling the same direction.
Nope.
So again, explain college football. So who's in charge?
We tried. We failed.
No one. Everyone. Could you imagine if the AFC only worried about the AFC and the NFC only worried about the NFC, and that's all? We're going to play this off Super Bowl. We're going to take care of ourselves. There's no Goodell. There's no leader. There's no one leader. That's crazy.
Yep.
That you have it's the number 2 sport in the world and in the country is college football.
Behind NFL.
It's NFL and
then football.
It's not even close. It's not even close when it comes to football.
Not NBA, it's MLB, it's college football.
It's not even close. But yet there is no one in charge, and there's no one that is trying to pull the what is better for the game right now. Because right now it's the SEC and the Big Ten, and they separate themselves. Whenever the SEC and Big Ten get together, they will dictate what is going to happen. They are in charge.
Klatt, again, was on with Colin Cowherd. He says, I would love if we stopped allowing individual teams to control their own schedule. The Lions don't build their schedule. The Giants don't build their schedule. I don't think we should do it in college football in particular, as we're moving into an era where we're going to have a 12-team playoff. We're going to have to rate these teams somehow against one another for inclusion into the most important tournament in college football, which is going to be the playoff. I firmly believe that we need some sort of agreement on how many conference games we're going to play within our conferences. Then the non-conference games need to go into a pool. We need to start playing each other more often. That's from Joe Klatt.
Couldn't have nailed it more.
Season.
Couldn't have nailed it more. Everybody said, well, we got to have these wins. We got to be able to do this. They don't do that in the NFL. They don't just say, well, we got to, hey, Giants, get yourself 3 easy wins to start the season off, then kind of get going. Because if you want, here's the deal. If you want to be in that league, if you want to be you want to be in the Big Ten, you want to hey, we want all the money. We want all the money, but we don't want to do the other part of it. No, that doesn't add up. And also for fans, wow, some of the games that you would see with what's going on. But just for fairness, the fact that you can control your own, that if you wanted to, you could be Georgia, if you wanted to be, and you could play 4 teams that are just layup wins.
Yep.
4 of them, just layup wins. Well, that's a difference because the 9th game is different. You play one more game in the SEC like you do in the Big Ten, that's the difference. There's no way that the 2 conferences, the 2 power that should play one difference in conference play. That should never happen. Should never, ever, ever happen. And everyone knows that. But the SEC right now doesn't have to worry about that. So and again, I don't fault them. Would you fault them?
No.
I mean,
I don't.
Because
I don't fault them at all.
They're like, well, in the last 20 some years, we own it. We own college football.
We
The
deal
SEC
with it.
owns it. So
Cry about it.
So what we're doing right now is just fine. So I don't argue that. But what I'm saying the most is that if you don't eventually get a commissioner, and I don't know how that's ever going to happen, because once you get a commissioner, then someone is going to imagine one person telling Georgia or the SEC what to do. One person say we're going to do this together. We're going to come together, and we're also going to go to the TVs together. But there's also billions and billions of dollars left out there. Because can you imagine the negotiation for TV contracts if you had those games?
Yeah.
So right now they talked about that they feel. I listened to Sankey the other day that most likely it's not this year and it's not next year. They're not going to 9. Eventually they will, but just the 9th game is worth $5 million. Playing one more game is worth $5 million to them. That's a lot of money.
That's incredible.
It's a lot of money to have just dropped into for just playing another game in your conference. $5 million to be able to get that done.
That seems to me significant, Bill.
Yeah, $5 million is a lot, and it's going to keep going up. It's going to keep going up, and so Klatt nailed it. If you don't have some way to level it out on who's playing who, and how, and when you get to set, imagine that you get to set your own schedule. You set your own schedule. So I get to know what. And some teams go out. Like I said, Michigan has not played anybody, but this year they're playing Texas. Whoa, they just lost all those guys. They're playing Texas. What's Texas like preseason 4th?
Yes.
They got their quarterback back.
Quinn Ewers is back.
Who might be the first pick in the draft.
Could be.
I mean, you lose that game. That's a and but they're playing it. So we love them for being able to do that. But you can control your own part of the non-conference of it. And that is hard. And then also you can control. I mean, the conference still sets the conference games. That's hard to do. That's really, really hard to do.
So Joe Klatt, good ideas. We'll see if anything ever comes from that. It's good talk. It's good off-season fodder for us. But
who would push back from that?
I don't know.
Who would push back from be like, no, everyone schedules their own stuff. That makes things even. No, that's not how it is. And then you're sitting like you said.
Maybe the SEC, because like you said, things are going well for them right now. Why would they?
Yeah. When I say push back, more fandom, I guess.
Fans.
Yeah, they'll push back. Oh, yeah, the conference will push back.
Yeah, fans, though. Yes.
Everyone will push back. The commissioner of the Big Ten is like, oh, no. Purdue will set their schedule. They'll do their schedule. They're like, no, they'll handle that part of it.
Yep. So there you go.
Very interesting take, and I think spot on.
There we go. Joe Klatt. Before we get to break, hey, guess who's back today? Bob and Kathy are back from Heavenly Waffles. I can see them in my peripheral. They're working on getting the waffles ready to go at 8 a.m.
That's incredible.
So 8 to 11 a.m. Come by for breakfast or make it, come late for brunch by 10:30 or 11. But great spot to come in to start off your Wednesday, June 5th today.
Get down here.
It's good stuff, and it's always, you'll never leave disappointed when you have a Heavenly Waffle. So come on by 1040 O Street. 8 to 11, Heavenly Waffles in the building, serving up in about 24 minutes from right now. When we come back, though, Bill, it's time for Bill's Thrills.
Thrills.
Them's Fighting Words Wednesday, next on Early Break on the Ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Unearth the secret to long-lasting tires at Tread's Central Tire Pros, a league apart in commitment, service, and expertise. This isn't just about rubber meeting the road, but trust, safety, and surety converging in perfect harmony. This is where expectations are exceeded every time. Make your appointment today at Tread Central Tire Pros, just south of Cortland on Highway 77, or visit our website to explore our services. Remember, when it comes to tires, choose Tread Central Tire Pros because we tread differently.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's a great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays, games of bowling, shoe rentals, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Without a strong IT partner, your business ends up overspending, underperforming, wearing too many hats, complicating your work, and more. Applied Connective Technologies can help with experts in every facet of technology. If it plugs in, powers on, or charges up, they're your people. Imagine being able to call one team for all your technology solutions rather than a village of vendors and providers. For all your needs in managed IT and cybersecurity, phone systems, physical security, infrastructure, and audio or video, head to appliedconnective.com to better your business today. Looking for a job that feels like family? Join Lincoln Industries, where tradition meets innovation. They're a family-owned, privately held manufacturing company with a passion for excellence and a commitment to their community. They have openings on all shifts at both the main plant and air park facilities, offering flexibility to fit your schedule. Whether you're a seasoned professional or just starting out, there's a place for you there. At Lincoln Industries, they invest in their people's success, providing opportunities for growth and advancement. Apply now and become a part of something special at Lincoln Industries. All right, it's time for Final Jeopardy. It's been a tight contest today that all comes down to this final question. No summer picnic or family get-together or trip to the lake is complete without this particular item. Let's go first to Bob.
What is beer?
No, that's not it. Think about the kids. Over to you, Farley.
What is corn on the cob?
Tough to grill that on a boat. Wrong again. Grace, this time for the win.
What is Bure's cheese spread?
We have a winner! Bure's cheese spread, available in most local grocers in Nebraska.
Hey kids, what are you getting your ever-loving dad for Father's Day?
I know, a motorized monster truck. How about the new Taylor Swift album? You would love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. How about something from Osted's Golf? Name brand apparel up to 50% off. Strixon balls at crazy deals. And Dad's always love an Osted's gift card.
You have been putting a lot of balls in the water.
Not after my custom fitting. I'm smashing everything.
You're good at that with a monster truck. Stop Osted's Golf for Father's Day.
The Osted family would really appreciate it.
Nebco is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker concrete, and Beatrice concrete. Nebco offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From Nebco's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in, temperature-controlled, high-end wine bar. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for wine, beer, spirits, and cigars. Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and hot. An afternoon high around 89. Tonight, a stray shower or storm possible. Otherwise, clear skies. No ret low around 57. And tomorrow, sunny skies. An afternoon high around 82. I'm meteorologist Kyle Klecker for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors lot is full of great vehicles to take home so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in June. Try any of their delicious breakfast burritos or sandwiches for a great summer breakfast with the family. And don't forget, 10% of all caramel latte sales in June go to the Casa for Lincoln County. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe.
If you're a homeowner or a business owner, you have a lot of projects, and no one has an unlimited budget or time. Sunbelt Rentals makes all jobs less stressful with no need to purchase large equipment or hire a crew. You can do it yourself with rentals and everything from aerators and power rakes for spring yard work to stump grinders, concrete mixers, tile saws, and more. Check out their inventory in Lincoln, north of Cornhusker Highway on 56th Street, or online at sunbeltrentals.com.
We're on the air.
Back. Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will get to Bill's Thrills here in just a second. Before that, though, got to tell you about our friends at First Rate Ag in Holdridge. They're a full-service ag retailer offering everything from crop protection to lawn fertilizer. Been around in business for 25 years. Reach out at firstrateag.com or call 308-995-8327. Ask for Parker or Chris. And as always, mention the ticket.
The friendship there is unreal.
They're good
so
people.
Yesterday when I was driving up to Creighton, guess who I called?
Parker?
Called Parker.
Could be Chris, too.
Yeah, it could be Chris, too. I happened to reach out to Parker. We had some business things we were talking about. And it was just, that's the kind of friendship that you build with these. And that's the kind of friendship you have when they are the ones protecting your crops.
Yes.
It's the exact same.
Simple as that.
Always available. Always available. It has to be exhausting to those guys to always be available. They're basically they're like college recruiters. They're like college football coaches. Phone's always on. The phone is always on. And it was just great to catch up. Well, we talk often, but we usually more via text, I guess, that. And sometimes just some funny, smart aleck stuff that we send back to each other.
I'm stunned.
To get some laughs or some stuff that comes up. But we talked some business on some things yesterday, and it was just great to catch up with them. And that's the kind of relationship you have with them. You just build that they would be someone that you want working for you. And it's just incredible. Thank you.
Again, firstrateag.com or call 308-995-8327. Ask for Parker or Chris. It is time for Bill's Thrills here on this Wednesday. Here we go.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom bonanza.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it going to be bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. You see, I sent it to you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advice.
Yes, as always, Bill's Thrills sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs, the cash cows in Lincoln. Please call them at 402-730-7387 to plan your financial future today with a free consultation. Bill, it's a Them's Fighting Words Wednesday today.
Them's Fighting Words. I thought about this when I was driving. Thank you very much for the cash cows.
Yep.
We appreciate that. And the reason I could drive to Creighton to see my mom yesterday is I had enough money for gas.
Because of Mid-Plains?
Yeah,
cash
exactly.
cows?
The cash cows.
The ATMs of Lincoln?
Yeah, it's nice to have the extra money to be able to do these things at this time. So thank you to Dirk, Scott, and Ty for doing that. So I thought of some different things. I was thinking of fandom. I've used the word several times a day for some reason, but I was thinking about that yesterday, about the fans and what they perceive on sometimes to be like, this is so incredible, that I don't think is. And that is going to be that them's fighting words. Man, the coach needs his best pregame speech to get this win today.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Them's fighting words with me.
Oh, boy.
Oh, the one that's like, oh, man, it's just going to be incredible. The coach is going to have them so fired up. They're going to give the best pregame speech you've ever seen. That's going to, no. Zero.
Doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work like that. Does not work like that at all. But people will think like that. They're going to get him so fired up when they come out of that tunnel, and no one can beat him. No, that's not what does it. It might just be the preparation, might be the recruiting, might be what you did all week long, all those things. But sometimes the fans will look at it as if it's just like, man, he can just get him so fired up. That's not how preparation works. That's not how it works. That's not how locker rooms work. You want to have, so in the locker room, there's some things that drive me that will drive me crazy. One of them that drives me the most crazy is when they bring the camera in to the locker room. And usually it's bowl game, something like that. And they'll show the head coach talking for his pregame speech. So he's worked all night on it to give his pregame speech and what he wants to be able to get done. I'm not a fan of anything in the locker room. I think that's like a sacred area before you go onto the field to be able to do it. But when you get around the veteran guys like that, there's energy in the locker room. There's energy, but only at a certain time. When you come back in off the field, it's very relaxed time. People are in their own mode. They have their own thing that they're getting done. But there's never a time have you ever seen after an interview after the game. It's just like, that was an incredible Game 7. How'd you do it? You know what? I drove into the arena today and I was not ready to play. And coach gave us a speech right before the game and it just changed everything. No,
you clicked.
No. And educated pregame talk is very good about, hey, we're going to have moments during the game. There's going to have a setback. This is going to how we respond, those type of things. But just some sort of crazy, just like win one for the Gipper type of thing just doesn't work. Or should it be tried to? But it still is looked at in fandom as if like that is a big, big part of it. The crowd is a big part of it. The crowds help you, not so much fired up, but it does help with energy, and it does help in football. And what's it help with the most? It can help in affect an offense on the other side of the ball. When a crowd is loud, that will affect. Colorado will have issues on the game night when they play Nebraska, because they'll have issues because it'll be so loud on third downs, and different times they'll be loud. That affects the game. The pregame speech doesn't affect the game. That's not how it works. And so it's always interesting to see what people think. Like, was it crazy in there? Did the coach get them all fired up? It's kind of, I will say this, I'm not really around for any of them. I'll hear some things after the side, because coaches in two ways. If you're in the press box, you leave way early. So before the team gets called up, before you go out, you're gone. And even if you're on the field, honestly, when you're getting ready to get called up, the coaches go out early. So either part, the assistant coaches are never in the locker room. They don't walk. Assistant coaches don't come out with the team. They're either on the field pre, or you're up in the press box doing your thing. And so, interesting your thought, Jake, on what you felt that the pregame speech. I could see you being one to be like, we got to get them fired up.
Well, okay, like personally, or when my thoughts. Okay, well, I played tennis and golf. There's not really a pregame speech for that. I mean, what are you going to say? It's called swing hard today. Yeah, swing hard in tennis. Hit the angles. Yeah, in tennis, be good at the net. There's no pregame speech. It's just, hey, just be smart. Basically.
What was your thoughts as your fandom for the Dolphins?
As a Dolphins fan, again, as a fan, you probably read that. You would say that's why it's them fighting words. You think, come on, pump up the crowd, pump up the guys. But you're right, that's gone in a moment. When the game starts, anything that could possibly be said is just, it's football.
Now you can be a huge flop on the other hand too, of like, zero energy, not well prepared with what you want to get said to the group, what you want to have, to be able to get done. It's very different that way. But there's some educated ways of what you handle, what you say to them, what you do. But there's never a time when it's just like, wow. I tell you what, I drove in today and I wasn't ready to play, and now I am. Now that speech just really got me going. That made a big difference.
There's certain things that I think that maybe I look like PJ Fleck, for example. He brings high energy to the sidelines. Now, again, he's not playing the game. He's coaching. I would think he'd be easy to play for with that type of energy versus somebody that comes in maybe a little calmer on the field. Yeah. Or, Dabo sprints in and it Clemson. That's kind of cool to see. Yeah.
You have a general theme with what you're sticking to. Energy is different than some sort of magical speech. Some pregame. You always hear about the word about it. What's your pregame? What's your last thing you're going to say to him? What's your pregame? No, that does for me anyway. That's a hard no on everything. Having good energy is always a plus, but not killer. I would imagine, like I said, talk to you can talk to all the great players that played here at Nebraska and played for Coach Osborne. Was he known for a fiery pregame speech?
No,
that's
I don't
the
think
part
so.
like that. Maybe it's the preparation that you did, maybe the recruiting that you did, maybe the plan. You got to put in order the way you operate everything. That's what makes the difference for us. You never get to try to, you don't elevate, into your game.
Right.
You don't, it's always talked about that, you don't rise to the occasion, you rise to the level of your training. And so that there's no like, well, I'm going to talk to this. We're going to rise to the occasion. Well, no, you're going to rise to the level that you're trained to reach is what you're going to be able to get done.
Okay. A question from Kevin. And I'm curious, I guess, as an outsider here, as you, the insider for this, he says, I would argue, Kevin in Waukee says, I would argue that the average fan loves to watch the locker room speech on TV. Okay. How much different is it in your experience if if it's being filmed versus not filmed? The speech.
I think he's 100% right. If you're a general, if you're a fan a fan of Michigan State, whoever it is, they're gonna go live in the locker room for the pregame speech. They would like that. Probably on the professional standpoint, on the other side, it's just like there's not a group of assistant coaches sitting around like at the convention going like, oh, they're gonna go live to the pregame like that. This should be everybody's just like eye roll. I want nothing to do with this, that type of thing. So, but I do agree. So for the media, for ESPN that convinces the head coach to let him come in to view him before the game and have him give a speech like that, I don't think it's idiotic. It's just not. That's just not me. I guess it'd be the best way. That would be more personal. And I think I'm speaking for 98.9% of the coaches. I don't think a lot of coaches are going to be going like, what do you think is great about college football? I hope they always bring the camera into the locker room for a pregame speech. I think that's something to be great.
Last thing, this is kind of random before I get to the game show. This is from Steven, I guess, regarding locker rooms and coaches. Obviously, you are very close with Ed Orgeron, having coached for him before. We know that Sip does a good Bill Callahan, and he does a good Bo Pelini. Can Bill do a Coach O?
No, I really can't.
You can't do a Coach O.
I really can't. I can't do it. But God, he was great. But Coach O wasn't about pregame speeches, but he was about pregame energy. That energy when you go into we stretch. Most of our stretching was done inside. There was like a green room. So who's up first? Hey, it's returners. These guys come up. They'd be stretched, and the strength department would be stretched, and us assistant coaches would be in there with them, and there was a ton of energy. So when they say it was like, hey, we're ready to go. We're amped up and ready to go. But he used to do a deal with the best sounds in football, and he changed it to zip, and it used to be click. And it's just like that when you clicked your helmet, that was the part that was the best. Now they're like they're almost like a zip that they zip the shut. Really? So he would do that. That was the last thing. That was like, hey, so when you came out of the tunnel, everyone was helmets on, chin strap buckled up. Boom. That was his big. Then you hit the wind bar on the way out. It's like Nebraska hits the horseshoe. But the energy was great. But it wasn't about some form of pregame speech because you know why? We prepared like crazy that entire week to be able to get it done. Like everyone has, not just us. That's everyone. But how many times you see Saban in the locker room?
No, never.
No, yeah, that doesn't. He's like, no, you're not coming in here. You're not coming in here.
My sacred area. Keep your cameras out of there.
Cameras out of here. I'll handle what I need to be saying. And again, it would be very educated words that he was saying at that time.
That's right. That is Bill's Thrills, sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors. Please call them up at 402-730-7387. It is time to play the game show. Sip is gone today, so once again, it's Good Luck Bill.
Nice.
30 years ago, Nebraska won a national championship in college football, 1994. How about their roster? Where are these guys from? Where are these guys from the 94 team?
Be interesting.
I'm going by states. I don't need the specific states. So what state are these players from the 1994 Nebraska football team from?
I'll have some chances on this. I'll have some chance.
I think you feel good about that. Please call us up right now at 402-464-5685. Good Luck Bill starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Down. Bill in trivia against Sip is back tomorrow for the first time all week. Been down at Satellite Camp down in Texas. But in his absence, Bill, you won on Monday. Schaefer won yesterday. The win streak continues here.
If you count them all, we're like at 10.
It is 10 straight. 10 straight with all with all those. We've got Joseph. Joseph, how do you feel today about the 1994 Nebraska football roster? Are you there, Joseph? I can't hear you.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here.
You're ready to roll. Ready to play the game show.
All right, Joseph.
Ready to do it.
1994 Nebraska football roster, mano a mano, Bill versus Joseph. Joseph, first question goes to you. What state did senior strong side linebacker Troy Dumas come to Nebraska from? That 1994 team.
New Jersey.
Troy, pretty sure we're number 4. He's from Wyoming.
Brilliant! He's from Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's correct. As Bill takes a sip of coffee. Yeah, that's right. 1-0 lead for Bill. Bill, first real question at 1-0. What state did sophomore rover Mike Minter come to Nebraska from?
He's from Oklahoma.
Oh, brilliant! Bill seems bored by these questions. Too easy. Lawton, Oklahoma. 2-0 lead.
Mike Minter sat right next to me as a true freshman in the BB room.
He did.
Sat right next to me. All business. From the time he arrived, all business. How'd it go for him?
Pretty good. NFL career was solid. Coaching,
everything
going well for Mike
went
Minter.
really well for him.
All right, you're down 2-0, Joseph. Your last question to stay alive. What state did senior left cornerback Baron Miles come to Nebraska from?
Oh, man. Darren Miles was actually one of my favorite players.
Where did he come from?
Okay, I think New Jersey.
That's a victory for Bill. He came from New York. He was from Roselle Abraham Creek High School there. So, Bill, the win streak continues. It's 11 in a row and 2 in a row for you. How about that?
What do we got? What's the next question?
Thank you, Joseph. Good try.
Thank you.
Okay, what state did junior defensive tackle Jared Tomich come to Nebraska from?
Indiana.
Brilliant! He's from St. John, Indiana, Lake Central High School. Yeah. Makes sense. Look at that. 4 for 4 for Bill today on trivia. Got that. You seemed annoyed by the Oklahoma one. Come on, Minter, really? Really?
I thought you were going to test me a little bit more.
Well, I mean, come on.
Wyoming was a good one for Troy.
Yeah. Houston, Cheyenne, Wyoming. Yeah, got down. All right, tiebreaker is this. Rob Zadiska was the heaviest listed player on the 94 roster per Huskers.com.
Really?
How much did he weigh according to Huskers.com that season?
319 pounds.
Close, 315. There's actually only 6 total players over 300 pounds on that team. That's it for Nebraska. So
and honestly, I thought it was lower than that, but I thought, well, this is the heaviest on the team. I went up a little bit more. I wanted to go 309. That's what I kind of wanted to go with.
315 was the most. Rob Zadiska was the heaviest player in that team.
Dr. Rob Zadiska.
The doc.
Yes, Doc Talk. They do an incredible job with their podcast. Really, really great job.
You've been on it before.
Been on there at that talking to Rob on there is an absolute blast. So very, very fortunate to get a chance to be on that show.
Well, that is some more domination on the game show. 11 straight in the studio. 11 straight wins by you, Schaefer, Sip. It's incredible. Just can't be stopped right now. People are getting scared. You guys are on a heater.
Hope somebody calls in tomorrow. Give it a shot.
We'll see. Sip is back tomorrow, so we need to get tested.
Yes.
The spillover is next on early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You don't think about your roof very often, but you should never take it for granted. Roofing Service Company takes every measure to provide you with the highest quality roofing solution. Whether it's a new roof installation, roof repair, or a re-roofing project, their overall goal is to provide you with a pleasant experience and a long-lasting roof. If you have a need for siding or gutters, they're your place too. Visit roofingservicecompany.com for more info today.
Hey kids, what are you getting your ever-loving dad for Father's Day?
I know, a motorized monster truck. How about the new Taylor Swift album? You would love it.
Yeah, I'm sure. How about something from Osted's Golf? Name brand apparel up to 50% off. Strixon balls at crazy deals, and Dad's always love an Osted's gift card.
You have been putting a lot of balls in the water.
Not after my custom fitting. I'm smashing everything.
You're good at that with a monster truck. Stop Osted Golf for Father's Day.
The Osted family would really appreciate it.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
Are you looking to get into the electrical construction industry or wanting a new scene? The electrical workers of Local Union 265 are now hiring licensed journeymen and apprentices and are offering great pay and benefits. Call Mike at 402-875-1034 to apply. Start your electrical career today.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
The weather is hot, the kids are out of school, and you're on your way to the lake and summer road trips. Are you getting to your vacation spot comfortably, or is your car letting you down? Mullen Motors Lot is full of great vehicles to take home, so you don't have to worry about your current car barely surviving another road trip. Come check out their lot just north of 48th and Layton and find your next ride for summer road trips and beyond. Mullen Motors.
No tag-ons, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your time. Velocity Clinical Research is now seeking clinical trial participants in your area. Participants can receive compensation for study-related time. No health insurance is needed to join. Find a study near you at velocitytrials.com. That's velocitytrials.com.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for our 12th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an inclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, we're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
This is Coach Bill Busch. You all know my passion for Nebraska. Having coached all over the country, I can honestly say there is no place like Nebraska. You know where there's also no place like? Midwest Bank. Midwest Bank has proudly served Nebraska for over 70 years, and they're located in 9 different communities. Midwest Bank is ready, willing, and able to meet all your personal, business, and agriculture needs. Your community, your bank, and mine, Midwest Bank. Find out more at Midwest Bank. Member FDIC.
It's the best time of the year to order a new John Deere sprayer during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Leverage the industry's latest technology with See and Spray to target weeds in season in corn and soybeans and use less herbicide per acre. Utilize Exact Apply to save in chemical usage and prevent over-application. Now is the time to lock in the best price of the year during Landmark Implement's Fast Start Early Order program. Contact your local Landmark location for full details and experience the Landmark difference.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
With the Planet Fitness Black Card, you don't just get a great workout, you get a great perk out because your membership is packed with perks. For $1 down and $24.99 a month, you'll get perks like access to any of our 2,400 clean and spacious locations. Bring your friend anytime and both work out with tons of equipment that'll give you that big fitness energy. Relax in the Black Card spa and more. Work out and perk out with the PF Black Card. Join for just $1 down and $24.99 a month.
Hurry, deal ends June 14th. Join now, online or at your local PF Club.
See Home Club for details.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
We're on the air.
Back
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
to more of Early Break with Sip and Jake on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover. Got AD with me today. Raph is outside eating a waffle from Heavenly Waffles, so he can't be joining us until he's done with that. I look right here. Look, if you're watching the video stream, I got it right here. I got a waffle, Heavenly Waffle with andouille sausage, some gravy on there, bacon. I mean, we get spoiled here.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
If you have not eaten breakfast this morning, if you don't have plans yet, please come down to 1040 O Street. We have Heavenly Waffles here from 8 to 11 a.m. Bob and Kathy do a great job. You can actually buy a mixture and take it home and make it yourself. I was telling Bob and Kathy, I make Heavenly Waffles every Saturday morning. It's my thing. If we're in Lincoln, we're not on the trip, I will make Heavenly Waffles every single Saturday morning.
And they
with
are
eggs also.
Use the carbonated soda.
Yes, they do. Club soda.
Club soda, yep, as they recommend in there. Yeah, Bob and they just kill it, man. They kill it. I can't wait to dive into mine. I got to wait a little bit. I'm going to definitely get some.
They're very good people, so we appreciate Bob and Kathy for hooking us up, and you guys can be hooked up too with Heavenly Waffles here in the building. What's that face for?
You know what? I was listening to the coach come in about the locker room talk, and I think he's spot on.
Okay.
But I'm going to tell you, there's a few instances, which he mentioned that. You guys both mentioned that, to where there's exceptions. The 94 season, when Brooke Behringer went down, because Frazier was already out with blood clots.
Yep.
Okay. The late Brooke Behringer, God rest his soul, I'm almost positive it was Wyoming, where his lung collapsed. To the Wyoming, Colorado State. I think it's Wyoming. Correct me if I'm wrong on this text line. I should know this, but I'm almost positive it was Wyoming. Brooke scored and his lung collapsed again.
Imagine that.
We go in the locker room and we're like, okay, Frazier's gone. Behringer can't breathe. And Coach Osborne comes in. Matt, you're the guy. And the locker room went nuts. Terminator came in, and I think that following week he started against K-State as well.
Yep, that's true.
We basically just ran LP like crazy. And LP had a jacked up thumb during that game too. And it was just a brutal wear you down game against K-State. I think they had Chad May as their quarterback that year, give or take. And the other one I remember was Coach Osborne being very passionate when we were down against Miami. All right, and the speech is legendary now. It was like he was Nostradamus. Where he says, guys, there's going to come a point in the game to where they're going to have a penalty that's going to cost them. He goes, keep your hands down. They can't throw a flag if you keep your hands down. And lo and behold, the guy who we least expected to keep his hands down, Christian Peter. He gets his head slammed on the ground after the whistle by a Miami player. Imagine that.
Yeah.
A few plays later, Dwayne Harris sacks Costas in the end zone for a safety that turns the tide of that entire game. But Coach Osborne was passionate. He goes, guys, let's get it done this time. Let's get it done. And there were guys, there literally had fire coming out of our ears. Those are two instances I can remember Coach Osborne, if you want to say win one for the Gipper, a Newt Rockney type speech, in the Coach Osborne-esque way. It was dadgummit. If he said dadgummit, he was pissed.
Yep.
And we went out there literally just blazing. But overall, I totally agree. I don't personally like the cameras in the locker room. That, to me, the locker room is a place of That's sanctity. That's like a
how do you?
pulpit.
But how do you right now, AD? Because you're years away from. You've been.
Times have changed.
Times have changed. Now you're a fan. Now you are a former player that's also a fan. You're not a player anymore. So do you like the insight as being a fan now versus being a player from back in the day in terms of being able to see that?
I'm going to be biased because my previous life, I still don't like it when he's giving a speech. I don't care if they have when they're coming out the locker room, but in the locker room, there's some places that are just sacred. And I think that locker room, and it's great for the fans. I mean, it's great for fandom. I get that. I mean, you get the inside look and everything, but I still think there are some things you keep between those four walls. Like when there's disagreements, my mom would say, sometimes you got to close the curtains at home and have some conversations.
Yeah.
To me, the locker room ought to be a place to where right before the game, after the coach is speaking, they can come in, and as the players are coming out, getting ready to come out. I don't even care if the cameras are in there as the players are getting ready to come out. But when that coach is talking to the team, I kind of like that part to just be with the team.
Yeah.
Because they share so much everything else.
But people AD like the access. They like to know.
Totally
they like to feel like they're there watching the game on TV.
I get it both ways. I totally do. If it was up to me, though, just like he said, you never seen a locker room. You never seen a camera at Saban's locker room. No.
Kirby Smart's locker room.
Yeah, Kirby Smart.
Not seen that.
I just like to work. If
Meyer.
It's just 2 minutes, just with the guys in the team, 3 minutes with the player, coach of his team. I like some parts to where you just have something for it, just for the guys, just for the gals.
And AD has spoken. That's how he feels about it. I respect that.
But I say, in this day and age, you guys listen. Those days are done for the most part, though. Those days are done. We have access to anything. We can swoop on, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, etc. We get access, but that world is long gone. So in this new world, the new landscape of college sports and just sports in general, people like that access, and I get it. You
get that. Before we get out of here, I want to give a quick plug. So a reminder for those who are enjoying the college baseball tournament. Nebraska's out. We went 1-2 in Stillwater. But reminder, next Friday, we'll be out at Blur Parties up in Omaha at the Hilton, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. So after the drive is over, we'll be live from 10 to 6. Also, that next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I was talking to Stacy this morning, Stacy and Eric from Blur Parties. They need a little help. If you are out there, if you know somebody or yourself that has bartender experience, you want to have a fun time in Omaha for the Blur Parties, please shoot me an email, jake@theticketfm.com. I will get you in touch with Stacy and the team. Also, anybody to clear tables, take out trash for that. And also, in general, if you want to go, Father's Day will be great prices for that too. So Blur Parties, it's blurevents.com. It's 2 blocks to the south of the stadium, but they need some help there. So if you have any interest in working a fun event and making decent money, please email me, jake@theticketfm.com, or go to blurevents.com. That is it for us. Please stop by on a Heavenly Waffles Wednesday. Bob and Kathy are here dishing up delicious breakfast. AD will eat his in about 10 minutes from now. I'm about to eat mine after the show ends here in a second. But That's it for us. The Drive with Raf, AD, and Amon Green is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I am Jake Sorensen. We will see you tomorrow.
You can help fight deadly diseases like RSV and influenza while getting paid for your